what's up? Welcome to Crew Squad Studios, the show that takes your favorite nerdy stuff and plainly talks about them. Today on the Crew Squad Studios show, we have a very special presentation by me, Jackson Wilhelmi. I have for you a list of my top 10 favorite movies. And, if you were wondering, yes, I am the movie guy here at Crew Squad Studios, and Noah is the music guy, and Kiefer is the comic book guy. And, they're good at their thing, and this is what I like to do, and I told them I wanted to do this. So, I love movies, I love watching movies, and it just calms my mind when I'm watching a great movie, and I hope the same for you, because these movies, especially today that I'm presenting, are some of my favorites, and I hope they're some of yours too. Probably not going to agree with most, because most people don't agree with me, but, that's how it is. I have another thing to say to you guys. If there's a movie that you think everybody hates, I bet you I like it. I'm that kind of guy. I like the movies that try their hardest and then maybe they weren't as good as other people thought of them. Like, the critics didn't think they were good, but you liked them. That happens to me a lot, I find. And it just kind of gets annoying when people like, Watch Mojo and Screen Junkies and Cinema Sins, they think something else. They disagree with your reasoning. It just kind of annoys me. So, I don't know, that's just me, and I get annoyed at that stuff. But, without further ado, let's give this a go. Yes, that's correct. Number 10 is an animated movie, and that movie is Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 is the best animated movie ever made, in my opinion. As a kid growing up, I loved Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 was like the movie I watched every single day, all the time. I watched it all the time. I mean, I liked the first one too, but really Toy Story 2 was amazing to me, and it was basically my childhood. I was obsessed with Toy Story. And then in 2009, when I heard they were making Toy Story 3, I was so excited. Really, that was my most anticipated film of 2010. I could not wait to see this movie. And did it disappoint? Heck no, it did not disappoint. It made me cry. Yes, I'm a man, and I'm admitting that I cried in Toy Story 3. Now you find me a man that didn't cry in Toy Story 3. That was one of the saddest, perfect endings of all time. And I'm sorry for the spoiler alert, but when Andy's giving his toys away at the end to that little girl, I can't really remember her name, but it was tear-jerking. It was so well written, and he just gives them away, and then, I don't know, it was really thought-provoking, and it was a beautiful, beautiful scene, and the whole movie itself is so well written, and the voice actors in it. I mean, I know it really doesn't take much for voice acting. It's really like, hello, alright, there's your $10,000 check, see ya. But really, I mean, I felt like I was there with Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, who did Buzz and Woody, one of the greatest duos ever in film, and they just bring such life to the characters, which is always appreciated by me, and it's such a great movie, and if you haven't seen it by now, what the heck are you doing right now? Watch Toy Story 3. I don't care how cool you are, watch Toy Story 3. It's amazing. Moving right along to number 9, and number 9 is Skyfall. Now before I talk about Skyfall, let me talk about the James Bond franchise in general. The James Bond franchise, in my opinion, started out amazing. With Sean Connery in the first, I think, 5 movies, which were, Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, and You Only Live Twice. Those 5 movies were amazing. I love those movies, especially my 2 favorites are Thunderball and Goldfinger. But those movies are so good. And then they kind of went downhill, in my opinion. When they got that guy, what's his name? He's such an idiot. George Lazenby. He did one movie and then thought it wouldn't go anywhere. And so he quit. He quit the James Bond franchise, the most successful movie franchise of all time. He's such an idiot. What's he doing now? He's probably on General Hospital or something like that. Anyway, yeah, it went downhill. Even when they got Sean Connery back for that one, Diamonds Are Forever, that was a terrible movie. I hate that movie. That one was terrible. I really don't like that movie. Maybe you like it. I don't know. And then they got Roger Moore. Oh, I'm Bond, yes, but I'm silly. It's not funny. Bond isn't silly. Bond's cool and awesome, and we like him. We don't want to not like Bond. I did not like Roger Moore. I mean, actually, his movies, like the first 3 movies, are actually well written, but it's just the acting in them is not good. He's not good. And then they had that guy that was a little better, Timothy Dalton. I actually liked his first movie, Living Daylights. That's a good movie. That's one worth watching. And then his second one was weird. It was like Unnecessary Violence. I can't even remember what that one's called. And then we got the legendary Pierce Brosnan. And by legendary I mean he's not good. He's like he combined like a bunch of useless, unrealistic gadgets with a bunch of unrealistic visual effects. Like in Die Another Day, he had an invisible car. An invisible car. Yeah, sure. I'll believe it. But behind all that not good stuff, in 2006, there came Casino Royale. Casino Royale is amazing. I love Casino Royale. It's like what they did with Casino Royale was they got a new Bond, Daniel Craig, amazing, love him. And then they made him more, and I think they actually said this one time, that they made them more like the Bourne movies. That's what you need to do. The Bourne movies are amazingly great, but really what they did with this new Bond franchise, I mean it's all the same franchise, but is they made it like better. They made it like what it used to be back in the 60s when Sean Connery first saw what it could be. And Daniel Craig has brought it back. And it's really good. I mean, Casino Royale is really good. It's a very well done movie, and that was my favorite one until Skyfall. Skyfall is so good. I mean that sounds kind of lame. I'm a movie reviewer and I say it's so good, but really, Skyfall there's like barely. There's nothing wrong with Skyfall. Like really, the acting, like not even Daniel Craig, but they've got that guy Javier Bardem. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. As the bad guy, he was awesome. He did such a good job in that movie, and of course the Oscars can't nominate an action movie but that guy deserved an Oscar, and I don't care who won it that year. He deserved an Oscar. That guy was amazing, and he's in Pirates 5 now, by the way. It's pretty awesome. And also M in that movie. I mean, like, throughout the other Bond movies, I didn't really care about M, but in Skyfall, it was like they made her more of a major character, and I really liked that a lot. It wasn't like she was just giving him his mission. It was like she was kind of part of the mission. I don't want to spoil too much because I kind of spoiled Toy Story 3 for you, so I'm not going to do that with this movie. But I just liked her. And another thing I liked about it is, I mean, I think you'll agree that most of the Bond movies, I like most of them, and they're kind of all the same. Okay, so let's see. Here's the formula for a Bond movie. He gets an assignment, and then he meets a girl. Then he meets some CIA agent. CIA agent gets killed, and then he blows up something that the bad guy made. Some big plan that the bad guy made. And there's always just a girl, too. And, yeah, I forgot. There's a girl always. And, oh, don't even get me started on some of those girls from the Roger Moore movies. Anyways, but in this movie, there's not really a specific Bond girl. It's just, a younger version of Miss Moneypenny. If you are a fan of Bond movies, you'll know that she's the receptionist that always kind of flirts with Bond. But they kind of set that up with, yeah, she's Miss Moneypenny. That's kind of a spoiler, I guess. But really, why haven't you watched Skyfall by now? But anyways, yeah, I liked how it wasn't the same. It was different. Like M was more of the part of the story, as I said before, and it was it's just a well done film, really. I mean, it's number 9 on my list. I love it. So yeah, check out Skyfall if you haven't already, which is stupid if you haven't already. Alright guys, I'm afraid that's all I can do for right now because iMovie is stupid. So for now, that is all I have, and next week you will see more of my favorite movies and probably